Mortgage rates worsened by 0.5% in the last week alone. That is the worst rate increase we've seen since early 2022, which was when all this rate increase started. We are now back over 7% on 30-year conventional loans. So what happened last week? Well, the Fed minutes were released on Wednesday. They were uneventful. CPI and PPI were released on Thursday and Friday. They actually showed lower inflation than expected. So what was it? It was all this tariff and trade talk. It's been having massive impacts on the market. I'm sure you've seen that, and it's expected to continue through this week. What else is going to happen this week? Well, pretty quiet early week. Wednesday, we'll see retail sales and home builder confidence. Thursday, we'll see housing starts and building permits. So a lot of housing news. But most importantly, what happens in this trade war and what happens with tariffs and how will that affect the markets? That's what everybody's watching, and that's what's going to determine which way mortgage interest rates go. So where are they? According to Mortgage News Daily, the 30-year is at 7.07%, the 15-year is at 6.48%, and the FHA is at 6.52%. What does that mean for you? Well, this whole interest rate thing has been a massive dip climb, right? So what we found out is, and we've known this, but you may not have realized this, mortgage rates can move extremely fast. People don't understand the speed at which mortgage rates can change from a high to a low. They can drop significantly in a matter of hours or days, and certainly within a week. So how does that impact you? Well, if you're over 7%, you missed an opportunity to refinance your rate at 6%. Cutting a whole percentage point off your interest rate. If you didn't lock in the last week, that moment is gone. Now there will be another moment, but it could come just like this moment, where we go from 7% down to 6% in a week. We don't have the time or the resources to call every single person on our list who needs to refinance. Once that timetable starts and the rates have dropped, the phone starts ringing and ringing and ringing, and we're trying to call people and we're trying to answer calls. The way to avoid missing the opportunity is to get your rate identified and get in our Rate Watch program. If we determine that 6% is the window where you can refinance and it makes sense, then when we hit 6%, we can lock you in without even having to call you, and you won't miss another window. So if you're over 7%, we need to have a phone call this week because you just missed an opportunity to refinance, and that opportunity may come back soon. As always, I'd love to discuss any of this with you. If you have questions, just give me a call, because Weber Mortgage is a family in the business of helping families.